When the F4U Corsair first screamed across Pacific skies, it didn't just turn heads, it changed the course of air combat. Nicknamed Whistling Death by the Japanese, this gull-winged beast became a symbol of American air power and resilience. It dominated dogfights, struck fear into enemy pilots, and proved itself one of the most effective and unforgettable aircraft of the Second World War. Its blend of speed, firepower, and rugged design earned the respect of friend and foe alike. But the Corsair's journey to glory wasn't smooth. From carrier rejection to aerial supremacy, this aircraft tells a story of innovation, grit, and undeniable greatness. The Vought F4U Corsair was more than just a fighter plane. It was a technological leap that pushed the boundaries of what aircraft could do in the 1940s. Originally designed in 1938 and entering service in 1942, the Corsair was intended to be a high-performance carrier-based fighter that could outperform anything in the sky. Its distinctive inverted gull-wing design wasn't just about looks. It allowed for the use of the largest propeller fitted to a fighter at the time, while maintaining short, sturdy landing gear ideal for carrier operations. Powered by the Pratt & Whitney R2800 double WASP engine, the Corsair could reach speeds of over 400 miles per hour, an incredible feat for the time. Yet despite its promising specs, the early Corsair had trouble with carrier landings, which delayed its full deployment on aircraft carriers. However, this setback opened the door for Marine pilots to utilize the Corsair from land bases, where it began its climb toward legendary status. The F4U Corsair's design was revolutionary. Its inverted gull wing wasn't just for show, it solved several engineering challenges by allowing a lower and sturdier landing gear while accommodating a massive 13-foot propeller. This unique feature gave the Corsair a low silhouette and remarkable aerodynamics. The aircraft's long nose, housing the powerful R2800 engine, gave it a mean look and blistering speed. However, this same feature initially caused visibility problems for carrier landings. Engineers eventually refined the cockpit elevation and landing procedures to make it more pilot-friendly. Its airframe was built to take punishment, and it was fitted with 6.50 caliber machine guns or 420mm cannons depending on the variant. It could also carry bombs and rockets, making it one of the most versatile aircraft of the war. The Corsair wasn't just fast, it hit hard. At first, the US Navy wasn't too sure about using the Corsair on aircraft carriers. Its long nose and landing quirks made it tricky for carrier landings. But the Marine Corps saw something different: raw power and unmatched potential. They deployed it from land bases, and soon enough, the Corsair became a game-changer in Pacific battles like Guadalcanal and Bougainville. What started as a backup plan turned into one of the smartest moves in US military aviation history. Then came the legends, especially Pappy Boyington and his famous Black Sheep Squadron. These were pilots who didn't just fly the Corsair, they dominated the skies with it. Boyington's 28 confirmed kills, most scored while flying the F4U, turned him into a national hero. The Corsair's blistering speed, fast climb rate, and raw agility gave American pilots the upper hand in dogfights against the best Japan had to offer. But the Corsair wasn't just a sky hunter, it was a brutal beast on the ground too. With its strong armor and deadly firepower, it could dive into enemy zones, tear through bunkers, and wipe out enemy positions. In the thick of jungle warfare, Marines relied on it not just for air cover, but for smashing through the toughest enemy lines. It earned its nickname, the Whistling Death, and that sound meant destruction for anything in its path. Eventually, improvements in landing techniques and aircraft modifications led to the Corsair being fully adopted for carrier operations by the US Navy. By 1944, it began flying from flat tops alongside the F-6F Hellcat, bringing even more punch to the fleet. Corsairs played a vital role in the latter stages of the war, supporting amphibious assaults and destroying Japanese airfields and installations. Their ability to stay in the fight, absorb damage, and deliver punishing strikes made them favorites among pilots and commanders alike. The Navy's full acceptance of the Corsair proved that the aircraft was more than capable of excelling in carrier-based operations. Its long-range, high speed, and heavy armament made it ideal for the wide stretches of the Pacific Ocean. Over its production life, more than 12,500 Corsairs were built in 16 different variants. Each version improved upon the last, with better armament, more powerful engines, and even night-fighting capabilities. The F4U-4, introduced in 1944, was a favorite due to its increased speed and firepower. Later variants, like the F4U-5N, were equipped for night missions with radar and flame-dampened exhausts. These advancements kept the Corsair relevant not only through the end of World War II, but into the Korean War as well. Its adaptability was unmatched. Whether it was dogfighting, bombing, or night interdiction, the Corsair handled it all. It was a true multi-role aircraft decades before the term became standard. And the end of World War II wasn't the end of the Corsair's story, far from it. When the Korean War broke out, the Corsair was back in action, proving its worth once again in ground attack roles. Even as jet fighters began to dominate the skies, the Corsair's durability, precision, and heavy punch made it a go-to choice for missions where reliability and raw power mattered more than speed. But America wasn't the only one impressed. The Corsair went global, finding homes in the air forces and navies of countries like France, Britain, New Zealand, and Argentina. French pilots flew Corsairs during the wars in Indochina and Algeria, while the British operated them off Royal Navy carriers, a full-circle moment for the once carrier-unfriendly aircraft. New Zealand used them with pride in their Pacific campaigns, and Argentina kept them flying for years, long after newer planes came along. Even into the 1950s, this World War II veteran was still holding its own against newer, faster jets. That kind of staying power says a lot about the design. The Corsair wasn't just a plane, it was a legacy. Built tough, flown hard, and remembered with pride, it became a symbol of innovation and resilience in naval aviation history. For those who flew it and fought alongside it, the Corsair wasn't just a machine, it was a legend. Few planes from World War II remain as iconic as the Corsair. Its unique silhouette, thunderous engine, and unmatched battlefield record earned it a permanent place in aviation history. Model kits, documentaries, and even television series like Ba Ba Black Sheep kept its legend alive. The aircraft became a symbol of U.S. air power in the Pacific, representing grit, courage, and technological superiority. Museums across the world preserve restored Corsairs, and air shows still feature their awe-inspiring flight performances. It's not just a warplane, it's a reminder of a time when innovation, bravery, and sheer will determined the fate of nations. The Corsair was more than metal, it was might with wings. The F4U Corsair wasn't born perfect, but it fought its way to greatness. From initial doubts to battlefield domination, it proved itself one of the most effective and feared aircraft of World War II. It changed carrier aviation, reshaped Marine Corps air tactics, and left a mark on every battlefield it touched. Its roar signaled death to enemies and hope to allies. It was an engineering marvel, a pilot's dream, and a nightmare for anyone on the wrong side of its guns. The Corsair didn't just fly through history, it soared into legend. Which aircraft from World War II do you think was the most influential? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories from aviation history.